A very good day from myself, Devon Govender, and welcome to Speed Down Under. This is KZN's premier harness racing selection show that's proudly brought to you by Gallop TV. Of course, it's got speed and it's got quality, and we're hoping we can point you in the right direction, as always, to probably land those jackpots. We've got a jackpot provided for you as well as a best bet. And we're covering the Friday race meeting that takes place at Gloucester Park in Western Australia in Perth on the 19th of July. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to have trainer driver Aldo Cordapasi on the line to give us his selections and previews, his analysis on the race meeting. We always appreciate his expert advice, and he's standing by on the line to take us through this Gloucester Park race meeting. Good day, Aldo. How are you doing?
Going very well, Devon. Very well, thank you.
That's good. Everything good back in Perth?
Yeah, it's been a very wet week in Perth, and we're forecast for a very wet week coming forward. So I think it'll be a wet track tomorrow night. So it'll either play one or two ways. It'll favour the leaders or favour the sweepers. So hopefully we've covered all bases.
Beautiful stuff there, and you've been in really great form recently with those best bets. They've just been arriving in fine style.
Yeah, no, the best bets have been winning for us. Haven't been paying very well, but if the punters have been following them, they've been winning after we've picked them up as best bets, and some of them, like what are the odds, have come in at decent value. So they're definitely worth following going forward. Those horses are all nice horses and progressive types that are going to definitely do a very good job moving forward throughout their career. So they're moving through the classes, so if the punters just keep following them, they're going to finish in front.
Well, I can tell you that we've built up a huge following, and the audience here in South Africa, the punters, the racing fans, they're absolutely loving it. We've got a jackpot lined up for you. Aldo has got a jackpot lined up for you. But before we get into the jackpot, that slide is going to come up on screen. The best bet is in the first race this time around. So the best bet is early. Hopefully punters can get off to a great start. Aldo has selected number 2. That is Raja Rocks in race number 1, with Aiden De Campo being the trainer driver there. Aldo, you can talk us through that best bet.
Yeah, I was in a race with this horse on Saturday night at Bunbury. He really impressed me. He showed gate speed. He ran some sectional times that were really quick on the night, and run away from, well, it was a really nice field of 3-year-olds. So I think he'll be doing pretty much the same come Friday. I think he'll have the gate speed to get across, and he'll just run sectionals and keep Dallas will just be chasing him most of the way. This looks like a very nice horse moving forward, and probably a real derby contender.
Yep, punters could get off to a great start and probably build up their kitty to play the jackpot a little bit later in the day. Aldo, I just want to ask you for one more horse. If the guys are looking to play a trifecta or exacta, what can they throw in if they banker number 2, Raja Rocks?
I think you got to look at horses like Coney Island Lou. Even Captain Bligh was very good first up. Wrong race. They've got to look at a horse like Skyfall is going to probably be sitting on the leader's back, and horse like Pete's on it. They're all going to be thereabouts. Prince of Paine's a very nice horse going forward. Probably the barrier takes him out of it a little bit. But like I said, tomorrow night's going to play one or two ways. It's going to be a leader's dominant track if it's wet, or it's going to be swoopers track if it gets really wet. So probably have a look at the forecasts and keep an eye on the weather. And if it's a really heavy wet night, then the rail tends to bog up a fair bit and the swoopers come down the outside. But if it's just a nice night with a little bit of rain around, then the leaders will be hard to beat.
Just take note of that. Aldo did say that it is going to be a wet night at Gloucester Park, so tread with caution when you're structuring your bets. And Aldo has suggested numbers 1, 4 and 8 there in the first race as possible horses that you could throw into the exactas and trifectas if you are bankering the best bet, which is number 2, Raja Rocks. Let's get straight into the jackpot, which kicks off in race number 5. It's 7:37 p.m. Western Australian time and South African time. The jackpot closes at 13:37 in the afternoon. Aldo has got 4 selections here, 3, 5, 9 and 1. You take it away, Aldo.
Yeah, look, this is a very nice bunch of horses. There's no real standout. I've gone to Mickey Taker because I think he'll probably nearly find the front from there. And, he's been a favourite of mine for a while, and I think he's a progressive type. He won his first free-for-all race a couple of starts ago, so he's up to these horses. And if he can find the front, he's definitely going to take some challenging. He's still got horses like Diego, Mighty Conqueror. These are very quality horses, and you can't dismiss them, as well as Soho Down Jones, who I think is just racing below his best. But if he brings his best, he can be a player in this race. But I think Mickey Taker is a progressive type, and he's going to go very well. And he's definitely a horse that's going to be looking at pacing cups and that come the end of the year.
Well, there you heard it from Aldo. Keep a close eye on the Mickey Taker. This is a real quality individual. And if you're looking to play a little bit wider, you can throw in numbers 1, 5 and 9. And Aldo did mention number 4 as well, Soho Dow Jones, if you're looking to play it a little bit wider. And if a horse like number 1, the Code Breaker, ends up running into the trifectas, that could pay some big dividends. But we're focusing on our good old friend, number 3, the Mickey Taker, who has landed the odds for us in the past. And that is the first leg of the jackpot. Moving on to the second leg, we've got 4 numbers here for you, numbers 11, 4, 8 and 9. We'll start with number 11, Steal the Show.
Yeah, I might have said before, I think I might have had him as a best bet one night. This is a really nice horse. I really like him. He's got class, he's got speed, he's got strength. I don't think the 20 metres will make much difference to him as long as it's a nice clean start. And I think he'll be able to beat these. I just think he's got the class on these other horses.
There you go. Plenty of confidence coming through for number 11, Steal the Show. Aldo has liked this one in the past, has always been up there in the vanguard. The recent form is very, very good, and this horse can absolutely fly into the closing stages and could represent some value. And Aldo has backed it up with numbers 4, 8 and 9. That is Soho Santorini, Rock Artist, as well as number 9, Fire Rock, Fire Roll. So 11, 4, 8 and 9 in the second leg of the jackpot. The third leg, the second last leg, the penultimate leg, we've got 3 numbers there for you in race number 7, 10, 11 and 2. You can talk us through that, Aldo.
It's actually 10, 11 and 3. Sorry about that. I must have sent through the wrong numbers. But I really like a horse called Get Your Bets On. It's a very, very sharp sit and sprint horse. I think she's going to get the right trip in this race. And I think So Confidential, even though he's out in value a little bit, we're trying to hold the front. And this will give a horse like Get Your Bets On a really good chance to be able to outsprint them late. Swagger Man, I just feel Swagger Man's just not 100% genuine. Raced against him a few times and watched him a few times. I just don't feel he hits the line with 100% effort. I think he's just quite happy to run himself into the placings, and I think he's a horse that's probably only racing at about 80% of his true ability. But I'd like to see him run through the line and hit the line strong before I sort of declare him as a nice horse. So I'm just looking for swoopers in this race, and I think this horse could show a bit of value. Get Your Bets On. So could be the horse coming through late and getting a bit of value up in the jackpot.
Just take note of that. Plenty of confidence coming through there for number 10, Get Your Bets On, who could be the swooper into the closing stages, and there is a lot of a rain expected, so that could suit this horse down to the ground. Like you heard from Aldo, number 1 has solid gate speed, so number 10 could get the sniper shot at them. Don't forget, if you're playing a little bit wider, Aldo did mention number 3, that is a Swagger Man. That's not included in the permutations on screen, but if you're playing a bit wider, it would be wise to just factor this into the equation. That is number 3, Swagger Man. So I'm going to recap those numbers on screen: 10, 11, 2, and we're also going to add number 3, which is currently not in that permutation. So 10, 11, 2, and 3. Moving on to the last leg of the jackpot. Aldo, you've got 3 selections here: 6, 1, and 7. Small race, but very competitive. Small field, right?
Very competitive race. Yeah, the one horse has now been scratched, so he comes out. But I think this is a very, very nice horse in the Sky Bond, the Greg Bond camp. They're the leading trainers for a reason. They buy quality, they breed quality, and this is a filly that is really going to go places. I would have liked to have seen the one horse stay in the race, because I think she could have been a danger sitting on its back with one short, sharp kick at it.
Yes.
But that brings a horse like Little Darling the race now, and Little Darling's going to, it's got the gate speed to hold up and then probably take a sit on the favourite. But yeah, definitely a very nice progressive horse. On 3 rumours, she's done a great job, and she'll be thereabouts as well.
So just take note of that. There is a late scratching in the form of number 1 that is included in the permutations. Obviously, if you do include that, you are going to get the favorite. But if you're watching the show, you know that is a scratching. So we're just going to include those 2 numbers, number 6 and 7. That is Ardy by the Seaside for Greg and Sky Bond, with the Denny Roberts aboard. Plenty of confidence coming through there from Aldo. And we've also backed that up with number 7, 3 rumours for Nathan Turvey being the trainer, and Emily Savalco. So that jackpot slide is going to come up on screen. I'm just going to recap those numbers for you, including the best bet. The best bet kicks off in race number 1. That will close at that will jump at 11:17 South African time, and it is number 2, Raja Rocks, for Aiden De Campo being the trainer driver, and we're expecting Aiden De Campo to have a big night, because in the first leg of the jackpot we've gone with our old friend the Mickey Taker. First leg 3, 5, 9 and 1. Second leg 11, 4, 8 and 9. Third leg 10, 11 and 2. Sorry, Aldo, you were saying?
Calvin's going to do it tomorrow. No, all good, mate. All good. Sorry.
Apologies there. 10, 11, 2, and we've backed that up with number 3 in the second last leg of the jackpot. That is the penultimate leg. And the last leg on screen on that slide, we've got numbers 6, 1 and 7. But take note, number 1 is a scratching, and that's going to cost you 144 Rand. Aldo, always a pleasure to have you on the line, and thank you so much for your time and efforts and your contribution.
My pleasure, Devon, and good punting, everyone. Good luck.
Good luck to all the punters. If you're playing this jackpot and best bet come this Friday at Gloucester Park, take note about the weather. There's plenty of rain expected, so it could go either way. Tread with caution and cover your bets, meaning play a little bit wide, because it could go either way.